to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the politics and BS. So the fallout continues after Donald J. Trump decided to have a sit down with the NABJ and go off on Kamala Harris's identity and about her identifying as Black now, but she was identifying as Indian then. And the audacity and the nerve of someone that most people who have sense enough to see, hear, and feel that racist of a human being questioning someone else who is multi-ethnic, what they identify as. I personally don't give a damn what she identifies as, because he doesn't know what his identity is, because he's supposed to be white, but the a-hole continues to come out looking orange. So I want to play this clip of Omarosa where she is talking about what Donald Trump had to say about Kamala Harris and questioning her Blackness, if you will.
Well, I think I probably know Donald better than anyone on this panel. Forgive me if anyone thinks differently. But I recall in his book, The Art of the Deal, Laura, when Donald Trump identified himself as Swedish, right? Because he didn't want to acknowledge that his father was German and his mother was Irish, and he thought that that would play better to those who were patronizing his businesses. So can we call the question his past of self-identifying as first Swedish, then German, and then Irish whenever it's convenient? Donald doesn't know the difference between ancestry and race. He doesn't want to know the differences, nor does he understand the nuances of how people self-identify. And so I believe that that's disqualifying for him. And when he mispronounces her name, Laura, he does it as a slur. He does it intentionally to harm her, to make people see the otherness of Kamala Harris. And so I posed a question to Bruce when he says, oh, at some point she identified as this, and at some point she identified as this. Are you going to hold Donald Trump to the fire for identifying himself as Swedish, even though he has no Swedish roots, in his best-selling book, The Art of the Deal, Bruce?
Bruce, you're welcome to respond. I do have a copy of the book. I'm going to try to find the passage.
I don't know about that, but this is all I know.
Or is there a double standard?
The ABC reporter asked us.
Listen, I know Omarosa has gotten a lot of heat and a lot of flack from people because of her affiliation with Donald Trump in the past. But let's be clear. Let's be clear. I am not going to fault her for her past, because there are white men who align themselves with Donald Trump in the past for a check. And they have come out and they have been speaking loudly and proudly about how horrible and evil he is. And even his former vice president is not even voting for him. So I'm not going to give this woman all of that heat and all of that flack for what she did in the past by getting a check. All right? She has come out. She has spoken a whole lot about him. She wrote a book. I am going to welcome her into the fold and gladly share what she has to say about him, because she does know a whole lot about him. All right. So I love the fact that she harped on the fact that he was trying to identify himself as something that he isn't even at all. And the gag is, when it comes to Donald Trump and him talking about, well, before she was labeling herself and identifying as Indian, and now she's Black. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did Kamala Harris come out on any rally and say, I'm a strong Black woman, so vote for me because I'm Black? Hell no, she did not say that. And quite frankly, she is that, as well as Indian. She's not denying her roots, her ethnicity, her heritage, her foundation, her parents. Her mother is Indian. Her father is Jamaican. So I really don't care. I don't care if she came out and self-identified as a mushroom. A mushroom is better being president than Donald Trump. He is abhorrent. He is disgusting. He is vile. He is evil. And I am not going to allow him to continue to sit and question her blackness. And like Omarosa said, him saying her name incorrectly, that alone is a slur. He's doing it on purpose. His attorney, one of his attorneys, I should say, because we know he has a team of them, because he's got so many charges and so many convictions and so many upcoming things going on with him in the courts of law. One of his attorneys, Alina Habba, she also is someone that mispronounces Kamala's name on purpose, you know? And so with that being said, I'm glad that Omarosa is talking about this. I'm glad that she pointed out something that he wrote about himself in his book and why he did it. He did it because he felt like it was going to be better for business. So it's okay for him to lie about his ethnicity for business purposes, but Kamala can't live in her truth as who she really is for the sake of standing in who she is and allowing the people, we the people, to decide who we want to vote for. And it has nothing to do with her ethnicity. Because honestly, I wouldn't care if Kamala Harris was a white woman. I would vote for her over Donald Trump. I wouldn't care if Kamala Harris was I wouldn't care what she was. It wouldn't matter to me. If it ain't Donald Trump, it's right. It's right. And so I'm appreciative of Omarosa coming out and pointing that out. That is what she had to say. I believe it 100%. And all he does is lie. Everything that he does is for the sake of money and for his own intents and purposes. So I believe that he would lie about his race at any point in time for the sake of $1. So those are my thoughts. You can let me know yours in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.